All right, hey guys, what's up? This is Croy. We just started a 55 heads up against a guy named So Crazy 22. Doesn't have very good stats. Playing a 50 this series we're going to be playing a probably two or three 55 and $100 turbos. So since he doesn't have good stats, we're probably going to take it easy against him. Just flub trips here, nice, and hopefully he'll be a calling station. Going to bet a little bit over half pot here. Let all of his draws stay in. Hopefully, if he had a three, he definitely would stay in, but he folds. Uh, Prior to this, we made two videos against a guy who contributes, or not contributes, watches videos on the site. Member, he's a pretty regular player. Played like over 10,000 games, had a 4% RI. Screen name I can't remember right now. It was Golf something. When I was trying to upload it with Camtasia, I have no idea why, but it failed. And the video, I don't know. It's very frustrating. Uh, yeah, very frustrating. And so we're gonna try to upload this one. Hopefully, some stupid shit doesn't happen again. Then again, we'll see. Okay. All right. Not a great turn. We'll just check behind and just check folding here. Okay, he had an ace. So limped in from the button with an ace, putting that in our minds. I'm gonna keep staying aggressive here from the button. Good flop for us. Middle pair. C bet, take it down. Not gonna two barrel this guy much at all. Like if I do fire out a C bet and he calls, I'd expect him to probably just have a hand and just play it safe. Again, very aggressive from the button. Hate these little baby raises, but I getting such a sick price of sick implied odds, I almost always call. So I that's how I play my normal game anyways. Turn middle or flop middle pair, depending on his continuation bet size. Yeah, I probably just gonna fold. Just play it safe. I'd expect another bet to follow that. So even if we are good, um, just worth passing probably. Sometimes I'll 4x that. Just gets into a comfort level kind of thing. I guess since he's limping in with okay hands. All right, that sucks. Another good board to fire out a C bet on. All right, he calls. Bad turn. Any straight draw you had now is ahead of us, or we might have just been crushed by a nine. Yeah, not beating anything really. All right, gonna fire out a min raise here. Do something a little bit different against him. I just like to randomize the times where I'm min raise. All right, flop to pair. Continuation bet. And he calls. Not a good turn. Check. And probably expect him to have a 7. Not going to try to blow him off of it. Yeah. So that first level didn't go too well for us. Hopefully we can make a hand or two here. Just going to check behind this Jack 10 here. He has been having a lot of ace highs, so maybe I should have check raised that river, attempting to win a big pot, since he does have bad numbers. But Either plays, okay. Again, fire on another good board to c-bet. Though every good board to c-bet he's called us on so far, I think. Okay, again, they're triple. This is the hand that if he does limp in, I'm going to 4x. Calls pretty quickly. Another good board to c-bet. I'd expect him to have maybe an ace-x or something. God, he baby raised us. Against this guy, has bad numbers heads up. Probably just gonna fold. Sucks. Our continuation bets aren't working. Maybe now instead of every time there's a good spot to c bet, we're just gonna take it a little bit slower and just do a few more check behinds now for pot control, and then like this example. Now I'd expect that to be a king, a decent amount, or 7. So, two sixes. See this. I hate shoving this against bad players. You could argue that's a standard play, but he's bad. So I'm just gonna call. Not the worst flop in the world for us. Let's see what he does. Okay, check behind again. And we probably would have check called some kind of bet there. So let's see what he had. It was his first triple in a while. Yeah, ace jack. So he was going to call our all in probably, and very definitely was going to call our all in, and we would have won a race, but it just totally takes down our win percentage to just get in flip situations against guys who have really bad stats. Totally different from a hand like tens. Tens, definitely happy to get all in pre-flop because we're going to be ahead. We're going to be racing a lot more with sixes and beat than we are with tens. Okay, now this is an example I was talking about. We're making an on-the-fly adjustment. Another board we'd c-bet a lot, but he's been calling our c-bets. So we're not sure what range he's calling our c-bets with. Again, fine checking that. And yeah, he's not going to call with a queen or less probably. So he might. Who knows? He might have called that with the two, with the king 8 there. And we just would have been in a weird spot. 4xing it with the 2 4s. This board I can't not continuation bet. That's just, yeah, that's too good of a board. Don't want to get tricky there with the 4s. So now we're grinding our way back just very steadily. Going to keep staying aggressive from the button. It's our general style. So we're going to keep, let me turn up the volume here a little bit. Going to keep staying aggressive. And say you would do a little baby bet there to 210, even though we are still getting those implied odds, but that's too big of a percentage of the stack, so we would have folded. Mix it up, throw out a little min raise here. Run into a lot of paired boards this match. It feels like every flop there's a paired board. And now just fold. If you guys have any requests for specific videos in the future, please email me. I'd like to hear as much feedback as possible of the video. If you like the videos, leave a comment. If you didn't like them, leave a comment. If you want a certain video, again, just leave a comment. Okay, get some showdown value here with the king. So, and now I'm gonna throw out a min bet. He might call with a queen high, and we don't have to show more hands, so that's good. Okay, gonna limp here with the jack seven. See how I think this might be our first limp of the match, so see how he responds to that. Okay, expect that to be a big hand. Check the 10-9. Every 4x we've made, he's called, so we're gonna do that a little bit tighter, so we have big hands when he does that. Insta bet's 100. I think we have a lot of outs here, so I'm gonna call. Hit two pair. That not sure about that, and yeah, he turned the straight. So his quick bets, we're gonna note his hands. This is a good board to see bet. I think he's gonna fold a lot there, so there we take it down. So far, it hasn't been too monumental of a match. That could all change here. Never mind. Yeah, the biggest pot, 540. Not really. It's when we tried to continuation of 4x from the big blind, and he baby raised us on that board. Okay, just gonna check behind here. I'd expect him to give us another free turn. No. Nope, he bets out and just fold. So this guy has bad numbers and a relatively short sample size. He's not playing too bad. He hasn't really made. He's called all of our 4x raises out of position, but he hasn't really made any glaring mistakes. I was expecting this guy to be a pretty big fish. Not so sure if he is or not, but looks pretty solid. Gonna keep. He hasn't re-raised us in a while, so we're gonna keep. I'm just jinxing us badly today. Sick. But yeah, he hasn't been re-raising us, so I like to keep that 3x pressure on from the button. It's always much better to play hands in position than out. King high, gonna min raise it. And again, sometimes I just randomize the min raising range. Sometimes I'll min raise two aces. I mean, just for a change of pace. All right, we have a king high here. Check it. There's another one of those quick C bets, so I'd probably expect that to be a 10 plus. Keeping the pressure on from the button. Another insta raise. So now maybe we'll make another adjustment and start going to the min raises. Prior to that, though, he was letting us see tons of or he was just calling out of position, and probably would just check call a bet there on the river. He was letting us see tons of flops from the button. He was just flatting. With this hand, going to keep our standard and obviously calling a shove. Okay, in a race situation, didn't really want that, but what can you do? And he wins the flip. So we'll try to rematch this guy, see if he wants to accept. Yeah, it declines. Frustrating. While waiting for the next match, I'm going to look at a few hands from there. It's at some key hands there. Really everything was just such small, like just small ball. The hands that he won 300 off of us were mostly him shipping or re-raising us. The 540 was that hand where we had a failed c-bet, and the all-in was just standard raise situation. So not a very not an exciting match. Got down to a flip, we lost it. Would have been for 2200 and probably the match for us, but that's cards. Okay, so now we got Gambler 0034. Never played this guy, never seen him. Gonna go. Don't have any numbers on him, so we're gonna go in the dark with this one, and we'll try to figure out if he's good or bad. Usually the first 10 hands is a good barometer for that. All right, so he limps in the first hand. In future videos, I think I'm going to start doing a little bit of two tabling, mixing that up. I know my early videos where I was 4 and 5 tabling got pretty negative response. And yeah, I can understand how the action is tough to follow, but for most of you guys out there, I would recommend two tabling. Probably more. You can still focus on individual reads and still have a good memory of how your opponent's playing and like what the game flow is, and it's going to maximize your hourly profit. Like if you're only losing a very slight edge playing two, like say you have a 7% ROI just single tabling, and you can have a 5% ROI two tabling, then it's going to be a lot more profitable, and definitely the decision to do. And you're going to rack up VPPs quicker, FPPs, bonuses quicker, and just get a lot more volume in. So I think I'm going to start doing that in a few of the future videos. If anybody's opposed to that, again, email me, leave a comment on the video, send me a private message, anything to let me communicate your feelings about the issue. But I think that for most of you guys, watching the videos for a month or two, getting some experience of how we all one table, it'd be better to hop in and start multi-tabling. Again, we always play pretty aggressively from the button. Going to continue that. It's almost always a staple of our game. Going to lead out here on this board with a man bet. Going to see how he responds to different things. And so far this match has just been really straightforward. The first 10 hands haven't really given us a good gauge on if he mixes it up or not. We're going to see with a C bet on this board. And I'd expect an ace high to continue, a king, or a 10. Everything else just dumps. Okay, triple. Defend here with the king 10, not going to 3-bet. Pretty good flop for us. Flopped an open ender. Bets half pot. Just going to call. Turn a good card for us. Don't really want to see a bet here though. Okay, just probably just going to call down now. And actually we rivered the nut, so going to throw out a 260. Don't want him to check behind. Want him to call with his 2 pair hands. And we're chopping it, I'm sure. Yeah, Jack 10. Okay. Alright, so he seems, if I had to guess his numbers right now, I would say something like 3 or 4% ROI. He seems fairly solid. Now I'm going to make a 40 bet, hopefully get him to call with an ace high. Alright. I've got this disgusting looking playoff beard going right now. As some of you guys know, my Pens lost last night, down 2-0 to the Capitals. Really, really tortures me. Just got this gross. It's more like a playoff mustache with some scraps around it, but it just feels I can't stop touching the mustache, and it's so disgusting. Like I'm gonna try to. I don't know if anybody can hear that. That's the sound of my finger going through it. It's just so gross, and I might never grow facial hair again after this because it's so sick. All right, keeping it standard. Tripling from the button. Not going to continue here. Just going to check behind. Got some showdown value. Check behind again. Got again. Still that showdown value. I think we'd have the best hand a decent amount here. All right. Okay, so he's played a pretty solid game that first level. Just pretty solid. Keep our aggression up from the button. Okay. Didn't expect that. I'd expect that hand a lot of times to be like smaller pocket pairs and ace king, ace queens. Fire out a min bet when we hit our 5. Just for protection. Again, keeping it aggressive from the button. He calls. Not a good board for us. But now maybe we'll do the turn continuation if he checks this. And he leads out. Flopped something there. So just dump it. Gonna 4x with the king queen. Insta calls. Ace 5-7. Gonna do a half pot continuation bet. Get a lot of intermediate hands to fold out. Okay. Calls. Not a good board to 2-barrel, I don't think. I don't know. I'm just gonna check. See what he does. I'd think that'd be something like ace 4. I don't. Yeah, just gonna play it weak and fold. Meant to triple there, misclick. Still worked. Okay, not gonna 4x it again. Just check. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna lead out for 60. See if he has a hand. Like we want him to call and just have a hand like a 10, and then we can approach it for max value from there. Ace X. Again, that's 2 misclicks that I've had trying to 4x it. Another ship. I expect that to be like same range. Smaller to medium pair and like ace queen, ace kings, ace jacks. Can't call against that range with an ace 4. Still not going to deter us from keeping it aggressive from the button. Pretty good flop for us here. Gonna bet 2/3 pot. Hopefully he doesn't ship on us. That would just be ridiculous. Alright, turn. Uh, I think we can get away with another. We can get away with another C bet here. Um, Getting shoved on is gonna suck. Probably gonna fold, but I think we're gonna get him to fold out a lot of jacks and sevens and medium spades, which he did. So success. All right, keeping it aggressive. Another 4x, and he's playing. He plays a pretty straightforward, tighter style that we can definitely exploit by making a lot of button raises. Really weird here. Calls at, leads out. We have a gut shot. Still, not going to get involved. We're just going to keep our aggression up. Now we're at the 25-50 level. Still gonna keep aggressive. These hands are interesting at that. Sometimes I'll actually check that behind, just for deception there. Usually the standard play for me is just 4xing that on limps, because usually limpers play pretty weak and you can just take it to them. But sometimes I'll limp there for deception, because I could just picture him getting a little bit fed up, and he shipped on us before, so I can just picture him just limp with the intention to shove. I'm just folding the king high there. Probably would be a 4 or jack from him. So sick. That time I would have probably just 3x'd it from the big blind. Okay, got a minimum here. Flop, not too good to see bet, so we'll just check behind. Check again, and we are beating the board. Don't think he's ever doing that with the board, so we expect that to be an ace or a queen. Alright, king jack, he paused a little bit there. Just going to check behind. That was an interesting pause. Again, another check. And check, and we'll probably call him in bet here on the river. And all this deliberation and then thinking. Okay. Let's see what he paused and then limped with. And another 3x, intention to get it in hand. Okay, 5-3. So he actually flopped a gut shot, turned a gutter and a flush draw, and just checked it down. Okay. Alright, so maybe his pauses aren't necessarily. Maybe he's not trying to trap. Maybe he's. Who knows? Alright. Tripling the sixes here. On a shove, it's going to be 50-50 what we do. Okay, just calls. Gonna fire out 100 as a C bet. Insta call. Terrible turn. If we were winning against flush draw, we're now losing. Good board to bluff here. I'm gonna fire out a bluff. 350. Only expecting to call with a medium. Okay. Didn't work at all. And just fold. I think it's a good river to bluff though. Our hand, we obviously can't win. If he did call with a 5, we were losing. So I think that's a good board to bluff. He checked pretty quickly as a defensive check, I thought. But no, that wasn't the case. All right, so we're down to under half of our starting stack. Just gonna be limping a lot and minimum raising whenever we have the option. Okay, gonna lead out for a full pot, hoping he has a lower 10 or an 8. Or some kind of draw and getting it in there for sure. And probably going to have the best hand here. quick bet. Pretty sure. Pretty sure it has some kind of piece of that. So just fold. Okay, throw out our min raise with the ace deuce. Ah man, running into such shitty spots here this match. So yeah, I'm just gonna fold. Not beating much. Alright, 50-100. Gonna tune up the aggression here. Just gonna ship the jack 3. He's been playing pretty passive, so I'd expect. Glad I didn't jinx that one. Nice. I'd expect a lot of folds there. And that first hand is pretty clutch. So now we're just slightly below half of our starting stack. Again, another ship. He's been playing those limps very passively. Misread there. But I think percentage-wise, that's a pretty good read. Trapped us nicely with the ace-king. Flop the king. It's going to be it. Yep. But I do like that. River 5, damn. I do like that play. Let's try to get a rematch from him. And play one more match this video. We'll play a quick 110. Okay, not sure who this guy is. Probably a regular, but we'll sit him and we'll try to beat him. Okay, last match for the video. This will probably be about a 40-minute video, maybe. This guy I am gonna do research on. Let me check it. And yeah, he's played a ton of matches. He's played a lot of matches, 6% ROI. He's going to be a good, competent player. So let me check. Check what's going on up here. Oh, okay. Let me hold on. I'm going to see if we were right on our prediction of Gambler 0034. If his stats were okay. Yeah, he's played. Okay, yeah. Our read on his ROI was pretty close, 5% ROI, and actually had a ton of experience. Played 22,000 matches around. So okay, standard triple. Flopped an ace. Gonna pause a little bit, and we're gonna call him. Turns a 5. He checks. Gonna throw out a quick 160. And hope that he might call with an 8. No, just leading out. He's leading out pretty light, so. Keeping it aggressive. I always love playing aggressive. The 9-7. He calls. Flop middle pair. Gonna see bet that's 120. Gonna hate seeing a raise here. Alright, just a call. Okay. Check behind the flop. Look like we have absolutely nothing. Bets that out so quick. There's still a lot of draws out there. I'm going to call. Not really much of a believer. Not the best river. Going to check. And yeah, he had Jack 10. So that quick bet was a legitimate hand. Yeah, maybe a marginal call, but that quick bet was a legit hand. So okay. Picked up a little bit of information on him. Cost us a few chips. Gonna keep it aggressive from the big. So far in this video, we're 0-2. Not so fun. We're going to try to recoup our losses by, now we're playing the 100, so great flop for us here. Going to put on another 2/3 pot c-bet. Obviously, if he makes any move at the pot, we're getting it in here, 100%. Okay, first I'm going to call just for deception. Don't really want to 3-bet that. Flop, not terrible. Probably going to call a continuation. Okay, he checks. Now I'd be a lot more scared of the 60, but can't automatically give him credit for this, and plus we can hit a jack or an ace probably for the win. So now we're just going to check fold a bet, probably. Yeah, I expect that to be a checked king on the flop a lot. If I did hit a jack, I probably would have checked the same and then probably check raised. So yeah, don't want to go in 3 in this video. So I'm going to try to buckle down and get the win. Another standard raise. Another standard c-bet. Pretty safe flop. Called quickly. Okay, I'd expect that to be an 8 or an ace-x. Both of which hands we're beating on that river. I'm going to hope it's an ace-x and bet a healthy bet. And no. So it probably wasn't 8. Or maybe a king high or 3. So going to defend here with the king. Flop top 2, nice flop. Gonna check raise here. Doesn't think. Now I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check raise the river if he bets out with an ace. Frustrating. Yeah, queen jack. Now I see what you guys mean about the replay. Thanks for that. Whoever let me know that. King high still has some showdown value. Not anymore. And against some of these hands, sometimes I'll make an info call there with the king high against a more regular player, but I'm just pretty much playing the numbers and the hand experience. And when I say that, it's just pretty standard that we're beat. Like most players aren't going to be savvy enough to make half pot bets on the river with bluffs. Like that's just not a play in most players' repertoire. Fold the bottom pair there. So far this has been a pretty uneventful match. Just like the other two, nothing really, no real interesting spots. Turn to straight here. Folds, obviously. Yeah, well, I guess this big pot was interesting. Yeah, we kept it aggressive from the big. The reason I folded the king 2 there, but I defended with the king 6 was the king 6 was only 40 more chips, and this was 60 more. And I generally like to defend with those king middles. I don't know. That's just a personal preference. See, not calling with the king deuce, but raising with it. It's just the power of the button. Okay. Here's what we're going to throw. We just won a pot. We're going to throw out our first 3-bet. That just seemed like a very standard raise. Might be wrong again. He calls. I think that board would meet him a lot. Just going to check. Okay, this gives us a chance to bluff it on the turn. And we took it down. Yeah, Insta called us there. Insta called us there. I definitely thought that was a good time for a 3-bet, just based on the dynamics of the match. But called us there pretty quickly. I'd expect that to be, I don't know, maybe a hand like ace 4 or something. Yeah, probably a hand like ace 4. Maybe king jack, king queen, queen jack. I don't know. And obviously we would have folded if he shipped on us, but I think that's a good it's a good healthy bet that makes it look like we're not. Doesn't really look like a bluff there on that board texture. So I think that we can get all of the hands that are beating us to fold out. And if we give him a free card and we just give him an invitation to bet, then it could be bad for us. Okay, we have the nut flush draw here, but that bet was pretty quick. I'm actually gonna fold here, I think, because I don't like the number of outs we have compared to, I think, the strength of his hand. I don't think this hand's ever good right now, so I'm just gonna not get involved in the spot and just fold. If he'd bet out 90, I definitely would have called, but again, keep it aggressive from the button. Flop middle pair. This time we're going to check it. Just mixing it up. Turn 2 pair. Great. Not sure what that was. I don't think that. I think it's just the standard play is just getting it in here. Man, he must think we have like an ace and put us in a tough spot, but I don't think he has a straight here. He could have. I think it might be just a big draw. I don't think he has a speed here that often, so I'm putting in the raise. And if we're beat, we're beat. Yeah, okay, 2 pair, nice. So that was a pretty weird hand. And yeah, took a thrashing that video. 0-3. Got in some stupid spots. Yeah, that hand. Wow. Yeah, betting double pot. I don't know. I didn't. I guess that ace 7. I don't think that never with ace 8. But I mean, ace 8 and ace 6 are just so similar. He was just one of those hands where he's just praying we have a piece. And unfortunately, we turned the worst card in the deck for our hand. So yeah, not too fun of matches, but and all 3 of them, I think, except for the first one, were against regulars. We took it on the chin in this case. Not too much not too much can be said or what we can do, but if you guys have any questions about any of the hands, any comments like, wow, you're an idiot for not being able to lay down that 8-7, I knew he had ace 6, anything, just email me, message me, leave a comment, and yeah, I'll get back to you guys. And good luck at the tables. Hopefully better luck than I had, and better play than I had. And until next time, take care.